Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I am Savannah and I love doing high-end Dollar Tree DIYs or honestly anything DIY on a budget. So if that's something you're into, hit that subscribe button and join our savvy family. So I'm back with another Dollar Tree Christmas DIY video. So without further ado, let's get crafting. Okay, so for this first DIY, you're going to need 2 of these red trucks. And I just start by removing the Christmas trees and where they hang on the top, if that makes sense. But you guys, while I'm doing this, if anyone can guess what is different about this video than my normal videos, I am going to send you one of those Farmhouse calendars, okay? So if anyone can guess, we'll see. But the first person to guess wins, okay? So next I'm taking these wood planks from the crafter square and I'm using this to kind of create a middle, if that makes any sense at all. I've seen people do these and I definitely wanted to do this because I don't have one of these in my house. So I thought it would be fun. I'm taking these little square things, what are they? Little square blocks from the crafter square, and I'm just gluing them diagonal, and then I'm gluing one side to the back of a truck and then the other side to the front of the truck, if that makes sense. You can kind of see what I did there. And then I just repeated that step like that. Then I'm taking these jumbo popsicle sticks. Now, I didn't feel the need to kind of like show you guys how to do this. All I did was measure, cut, glue, and I went from the front of the truck, I skipped the bed of the truck, and then I put a tailgate on the truck, if that makes sense. And then, so it should look something like this, okay? All right. Now, I don't know why I felt the need to do this. I don't think it served any real purpose at all. My point was trying to cover in those little cracks, but I don't know, it wasn't efficient. So you could totally skip this step, but I wanted to let you guys know that, yeah, don't do that. So once that dried, I am taking some of my Ivory Waverly chalk paint and I'm giving this truck a coat. You don't have to be super precise with this. I didn't even paint the back of the truck. I just painted the front, the top, and then kind of in the bed where you could see a little bit of the red, and that's it. And then I took some of my black paint pen where I got a little crack on the white paint. And then one of the truck tires actually had red on it. So I did want to touch that up. And I just thought instead of using paint, let me just try a paint pen. And that worked amazing. Then I'm taking some of my antique Waverly wax and I am going crazy on this truck, you guys. This is why I was like, you don't have to be so precise, because when you go back in with the distressing, it kind of does hide all those like flaws, if you will. But I did want this truck to look very, very like worn and old, and it's been to the tree patch like 17 million times, okay? Now, once you have it a good distress, how you like it, again, it's up to you guys. I'm taking this farmer's market calendar. I'm taking the back where it says Farm Fresh Trees, and I just set that to the side. You guys know it wouldn't be a video without some Dollar Tree buttons. I love using these for like trucks and stuff to like give like extra detail, like headlights, taillights. So this is me just sorting through, trying to find 2 that I liked. Then I go through and I just hot glue that Farm Fresh tree down, and then I go back in with my antique Waverly wax and I distress over that as well, because I want that to look like it blends in with the truck, if that makes sense. And then I'm just going through and gluing my headlights on and my taillights, because that's a ticket and we can't afford a ticket in this truck, okay? So yeah, this is completely personal preference. I mean, if you put this somewhere where you wouldn't see the front or the back, You could skip this step, but I just like to add that little extra. I don't know, I'm extra. No, I'm really not, but I just thought it would be super cute. So again, it's up to you. Now, my original thought when creating this, I was just gonna stick these little bottle brush trees from Dollar Tree, and I'm like, girl, those trees look so raggedy in there. Like, they're like miniature trees. So Walmart actually does have really beautiful bottle brushes this year for like $1, so you could do that. But I also have this Dollar Tree pick, so I stuck that in there, and then I kind of placed the trees around it. And I think this truck is so cute, you guys. I am super proud of it, and I now have something to stick some Christmas decor in. You guys, today's video is a collaboration with Maria Kuna over at Maria Kuna DIY. She is newer to YouTube as well. She's funny just like me. I love watching her videos. So I'm going to leave a link to her collaboration video with me and to also her YouTube channel. And you guys, go check her out, show her some love, and tell her that Savannah sent you. So moving on to our next DIY, I am taking one of these wood rounds from Walmart. You can get like a pack of, I want to say 5 or 6 for under $2, maybe $1. I'm not sure, but I love these things. I'm super duper lazy, so I'm using a Phillips head drill bit to drill a little bitty hole at the top. You could probably honestly use a hole punch because the wood is super thin, but it is sturdy. So once you got your hole in there, I am taking some of my antique Waverly wax, and I like staining with cloth. That's a personal preference for me. You could use a paintbrush and then let it dry or wipe it off, but I just like using cloth. Personal preference again, so that's up to you. And then I wanted to put this part in here because I wanted to let you guys kind of know I was going to use these rub-on transfers. I don't know if it was because it's wood and I stained it, but they did not work. So we're moving on to plan B. I had these little twigs, they're not twigs, but pieces of greenery in my scrapped pile, and I thought it would be fun to use these. So I put some jute through the hole, laid them how I kind of wanted, and then I tied them super tight. And sometimes I feel like things come out better, even better than planned, when you sometimes have to go a different route. And then once I got them in there, I just hot glued the sides down how I wanted them to lay. And then, do you guys see those words up there to the left? Those are from Walmart. They were $1.98. I've used them before, and I'm taking the black peace sign. Now, these do have little holes on the side of them, and I did want to cut that off so it looked like the word came this way, if that makes sense. And then I just set that to the side for a second, making sure, I kind of made sure, okay, is it going to look cute there? And it does. It looks cute, okay. Then we're going to take some Farmhouse beads, and we are going to start stringing our, what we're going to use to hang it with. So I put 4 beads on there, and then I tied a loop at the top. Now you guys can make these ornaments. You could, because you could do 4 of them because 4 words come in a pack. But I had something else in mind for this. So once I got my beads on there, I tied a hole at the top, and then I put my words on there, words. And I made this to kind of hang over bottles in my house, just a little bit of extra decoration, and I love how it came out. Let me know what you guys think. Moving on to our third DIY, you are going to need one of these uneven signs from Dollar Tree. Now, I already had this calendar out, and I was like, let's try something. So I start by removing the jute at the top, and then I take some Mod Podge, a ton of Mod Podge, and I give this back of the sign one good coat, and then Yeah, and then I lay the Farm Fresh Christmas trees on there. Fun fact, Kirkland has a sign just like this, you guys. Maybe not like exactly like mine, but the Farm Fresh Christmas trees for like $30. I'm not kidding. If I can find it, I will definitely insert it, but they have it for $30. So I'm so sorry this part is out, but all I'm doing is I'm going through and cutting to the ends of the sign so they make kind of like flaps, if that makes sense. Let that dry. Once it's dry, obviously we coat it, or no, I coated it with Mod Podge before it dried, and then I let it fully dry. One of my subscribers told me, because you guys, if you're new here, me and Mod Podge have a history, and it's not a good one, okay? But they said, let everything dry before you start sanding. So you guys, mark it on your calendars. I was patient today, and I did let it dry. While it was drying, since you guys loved the swag so much in my last video, I was like, let's make another one for this one. So I cut 2 of these frosted ferns off, and I love these. Oh my gosh, I wish I could find some more. And I am taking one of the tops of those. I think that was on a Jingle Bell, but I'm not sure because I feel like, I don't know. I didn't like the pine cones on it. They looked they were plastic. So I did take those off, and then I crossed my ferns over, cross my little swag in, and then I tie them all together. And that's super simple. And then I take some of the Dollar Tree pine cones that look more real. Well, they're not real, but they look more real, okay? And I glued 2 of those in the middle of this swag, and then you set that to the side. Okay, so once your sign is dry, you are going to take a sander, your finger sander. I love the finger sanders. They work great for me. They're always in my description box down below. And I just start sanding in each little crack, I guess, each little uneven surface to pull the letters off. And I'm so sorry you kind of see what I'm kind of doing. I'm a little bit out of focus. I don't know why I feel the need to pull things closer to me when I'm crafting, but I do. But it's super self-explanatory. You can see I'm just going through and removing the excess of the edges. And I know it looks like it says arm, okay? But I wanted this sign to look very like worn. And then I'm just going in with my Antique Waverly wax, and I'm just distressing the heck out of the sign. Then I'm just taking some jute and I'm tying this at the top, and to get a length that I want. Don't worry about the holes. Don't worry about how you tie it, because our swag is going to cover that. And don't worry about the hole in the Farm Fresh tree sign, because that is going to be covered as well. And then, of course, we have to add some Farmhouse beads for the hanger. So I just string as many as I want on there until I get enough, and I just tie that off. And then I am just hot gluing our little swag at the top, right in the middle, and then I glue a little bit in like towards the outside of the swag so it lays how I want it to, almost where I honestly tied the jute off at, if that's a measurement at all, you guys. I never measure anything. I just eyeball stuff, and I love how this turned out, you guys. I think it is absolutely beautiful. I'm just so excited. So you have to let me know what you think down below. And I just want to say thank you guys for coming back. Welcome to all my new subscribers, and I will see you guys next time.